Jaylen, how have you and the group tried to manage the grind of this season as well as absorbing everyone's best shot after coming off the championship?
It's a mental challenge, but it's a physical one too. Just trying to be available each and every night. Through the physicality, through injuries and stuff like that, and just try to put your best foot forward. But it's a challenge, and we just got to continue to choose to meet that challenge every day.
Yeah, you have a lot of top prospects, that look up to you. And every single night, bro, you come out here and guard the best players during an era where a lot of people don't do that. What do you say to the youth in terms of guarding the best and helping themselves develop and bringing it down to here, to the NBA, and bringing it every single night?
I would say, that's the type of basketball that adds to winning. I think being able to, have an effect on both ends of the floor, and to be able to do that night in and night out takes a toll on your body that people don't really, look into or respect. But that's real basketball. Those are real basketball players, and we don't necessarily give them the credit. We don't look at the game like that. It's more about offense, but guys that can affect the game on both ends, helps those teams win.
Hey Jay, I talked to KD about Netflix starting five, and he mentioned how he wants to show people the pros and cons of this lifestyle. What do you want to show people during this time?
I think what Katie is saying is something that's true for me as well, but also, show like, just the personal side of my life a little bit. You get to see like some of the things that I'm involved in, and give people like more of an inside look on what it's like being me.
What is something that you wish that people knew more about you?
What is something? I think people who sleep. I'm a lot funnier than people give me credit for. They think because I never smile or whatever when I'm talking to the media. They think that I'm just serious all the time, but no, I'm a lot funnier than people give me credit for.
What was your first impressions of this arena after playing in it this time?
It was nice. They definitely spent some money, for sure. It was loud. The way they built it, the structure of it, it's more, on top of you. And I think that has a lot to do with like the sound engineering, because there wasn't that many people in there, but it sounded like it was. So I'm not sure, if that was a part of the design, but it was fun. It was a fun place to play, and I'm happy we got the win.
What is it about these Toronto teams, in your experience, that shorthanded they're still able to fight back and make it a game?
No, they play hard. They play tough, and they tried to make it different on us. Tried to mix up our coverages and reads and stuff like that. We still got to be better in spots. We turn the ball over too much, but we got to be better. But they did a good job of trapping in certain areas in the corners and trying to mix up their rotations and stuff like that. So they did good defensively tonight from the coach.
How rewarding is it to see a guy like Jaden come in after not playing for so long and have the type of impact on both ends that he did tonight?
That was tough. And as the season goes on, you need every guy on your team, and that is just a testament to him and his work ethic that he just, has got his name called. Defensively, we weren't at our best. Like Kevin Porter was getting the best of us. I rolled my ankle like in the second quarter again, so that kind of slowed me down. And Jaden just came in and just hawked the ball, gave us some energy on defense, and helped us get a win. So like you got to commend that. That's huge. And then he hit some big shots when I was in. So it definitely was a great Jaden Springer game.
How are you doing physically at this point in the season and with the ankle there?
Just pushing through. I think this is definitely the rougher part physically during the season. I've had some injuries and things like that, but I try to make myself available every night. I'm making no excuses, but it is what it is. But I'm a little beat up. But we'll be ready. I'll be ready tomorrow.
Questions?
Is there any hesitation when you looked over and saw Jaden open in the corner?
No, basketball is about making reads, the right reads. They left him open, got in the corner. You gotta make the right play. And he stepped up big time tonight and knocked some big shots down. He got some stops. Spring was unbelievable tonight.
How impressive is it to come off the bench and haven't played in a while, and then Kevin Porter Jr. he's hot, kind of hurting you guys pretty badly, and he comes out and just kind of shuts it down. How impressive is it?
Super impressive. I mean, it's just it's being an ultimate professional, right? You never know when you're gonna play. Game not going the way that it's supposed to, or we expect, and Joe call your number to come shut somebody down and give us a spark off the bench, and he did that.
You said the most important thing for guys like him is earning the trust of his teammates. How do you kind of keep tabs on those guys and the work they're doing and just kind of develop that trust in those guys?
I mean, they're part of the Stay Ready group. Those guys shoot arounds. Before the game, they getting their work in. So we see it. They're in the weight room. They're on court going through reads. Off days they playing 3-on-3, 4-on-4, whatever. So we got the utmost faith in all those guys because we know how hard they work.
A couple issues in crunch time lately. What was your big takeaway from tonight, but also just kind of the last couple of situations where you guys had some issues there?
Just we got to clean some things up. But just our will to win, will to figure it out. Rather learn from a win than learn from a loss, for sure.
Jayson, what was your first impressions of this arena after playing it for the first time?
It was cool. Big ass screen. That's what I really noticed at first.
Jayson, when you look at your time with Team USA and everything, what is it about his team that you've learned that they play so hard despite being down so many guys?
Yeah, they're super well coached. T. Lue is one of the best coaches in this league, and obviously he plays, so he has a great feel for the game, what it's like to be an NBA player, and he knows how to get guys to buy in.
JD, you have a lot of top prospects that look up to you. You got Tatum Camp, but one thing in this era is, a lot of the top prospects don't guard the best players. And one thing that you do is you do that. What can you say to them about, playing on both sides of the floor and guarding the best players every single night, even on this stage?
A few things. One about competing. Two is about setting the tone for your team, and you never want to be a liability, right? You never want to be a guy that's out there showing or hedging or needs extra help or whatever. You want to be on the same page as your teammates. You want to be able to, when you watch film the next day, they see that you, making the right reads on offense and being in the right spots on defense. You want to gain your teammates' trust as well.
Did you take pride in that in high school too as well? Like guarding the best player, like, he's getting off, I'm guarding the best player tonight and showing that I'm the best player on the floor.
Yeah, like I said, it's about competing. Right? I always wanted to show I was the best player in high school. And, as fun as it is scoring on somebody, it's even more fun getting stops.
Jayson, where do you feel like you've grown the most as a playmaker, as someone who touches the ball, not just more than anyone else on the team, but more than a lot of guys in this league?
Just through the years, watched a lot of film, been in a lot of games, made a lot of mistakes, learned from them, and just figuring out different ways to impact the game, and being trusted with the ball to, if they hedge, what's the read? If they drop, what's the read? If they up the touch, if they hidden, just seeing every coverage and knowing there's an answer for it, and just making the right read over and over again.
Is it ever one of 82 when you're playing the Lakers? Looking forward to tomorrow night.
Yeah. For me, it's special going into that arena. I'm super huge Kobe fan and how much he meant to me, so it's always special. I watched so many games of the Lakers in Staples Center or Crypto, so it's always special for me to go in there because it just means a lot to me.
Is it weird coming to LA and not playing a game at Staples?
Weird? It's not weird. Today was cool. It's a dope stadium. They did a hell of a job.
Everybody knows about your defensive, skills, but how rewarding was it to hit that three-pointer in overtime and just in general to be trusted to take those threes?
That was big, man. Shout out JT. Saw me to rock in that corner, man. Knock it down.
What the Harden say to you? What the Harden touch you on that field?
He be talking. That's my dog, man. We play together in Philly. He just talking.
Did it feel that much sweeter to hit it in front of him?
For sure.
Hey, Spring, how does it feel being the first time into a dome and seeing the wall and things like that?
Man, the arena was dope, man. Like all the graphics, everything, the fans. It was pretty cool to be out there for sure.
What's this process been like for you? Obviously, you're not getting opportunities for
most of this year that you'd like, but just kind of staying prepared and knowing like it doesn't pop up.
I mean, I feel like we train for this every day. We got good staff. We working out every day, game situations. So I feel like we do as best as we can to prepare us for moments like this and staying ready. So that's what we focus on pretty much every day.
What does it look like when you can tell you're following where you're getting it down? What are the things you see that it's working?
You can see it. You can see they stop drawing the players for a little bit, keep him on the ball. You can read the body language, like he's frustrated, so you can see stuff like that. They had a team full of great guys. Had it going tonight, so it was fun to go out there and compete.
You kind of know like maybe stints for one because of players and stuff. I guess what I guess how difficult is that when you are only going to one player? It's kind of difficult.
I mean, it's not too difficult. Just staying locked in. Be able to know your role. So go out there, what the coaches want from you. Go in there, execute, and come back out, be ready for it, and go back in.
And how much of an adjustment is it when you're playing nearly the fourth quarter?
I mean, I don't know. We've been playing basketball our whole life. Every day we're working out with the team, so just staying ready to go out there and compete. So it just felt good to go out there and play with those guys.
How special is this locker room that the trust exists for Jayson to look at the right?
Man, it's great. A great group of guys. Some of the best guys I've been around. So being able to compete and help these guys is big for me.
Chandler Parsons kind of compared you guys to the Chiefs in a way that having a group that's won before, and sometimes through the ups and downs of the regular season, injuries, you might have a couple losses, but from the outside looking in, a lot of people still have confidence in you guys going forward down the stretch. As a coach, how do you guys how are you managing your group to kind of just stay focused throughout the regular season and stay focused on the prize that's coming at the end of the year?
Yeah, I mean, just like I said, praise, criticism are the same. I think at the end of the day, nothing really matters except the approach that we take on a daily basis. It's 30, 35 people in the locker room. It's really all that matters. Everything else is just, it doesn't really matter whether it's good or bad. And so it's more about just the standard and the things that we're working through as a team and staying focused on the process of winning and what that entails and taking everything as a challenge and an opportunity to get better.
Derek? Joe, how do you kind of work on that fourth quarter execution? You don't have much practice time. Schedule's rigorous. It just seems like there's some things you could probably adjust. Can you do that on the fly? Can you do that in shoot-arounds?
You can do so. I mean, at this time, you're not going to be able to simulate the physicality of what it's going to take, but you can work on it, and you just continue to stress it in your habits and things that you have to continue to get better at.
And it seems like Atlanta did it. Teams are going to start doing that to you guys. How do you count it? Besides the spacing,
I think it's a situation, I think because we were winning, they were pressuring us, and I think that's the new thing where teams used to foul right away. Now they're trying to get a steal first before fouls and try to do that. And so I think it was a situation that really we have to handle being up a two-possession game, getting the ball in bounds. It's a specific situation that we got to continue to get better at. And so hopefully we're in those more so we can get reps on them, and we'll continue to work on them and shoot arounds and stuff like that.
Coach, can you talk about the performance and the things that you've accomplished thus far in your early career, winning the championship? How has it caused you to grow, and who's been your biggest mentor in your level of achievement?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really done anything. 24, 25 Celtics. So continuing to get better as a team, that's the only thing. I think the thing that I learned from the most, especially this year, are the guys. Just the mentality that they have. I think we're both learning as we go about the process of winning and what that looks like, and the most important thing is sticking to that. So this year I've learned the most from our guys, and hope to continue to do that.
Joe, how rewarding is it to see the trust that Jayson had in Jaden in that moment in overtime?
I think that's the locker room, right? I think that's what guys, I think one of the player development, everyone talks about player development, and there's a huge piece to that, but I think the piece that I always tell young players is you also got to earn the respect of your teammates. That to me is just as important. And so, and I think the way that the guys have set up, the way they work, those guys, they earn the respect of each other. And so he deserved to be out there because of what he did for us, and it's a credit to those guys for trusting each other. But really it's on Jaden, delivering the way he did.
Hey, Coach, the Clippers are without 4 starters tonight, playing 4 games in 5 nights.
you think there's anything the league can do schedule-wise to address players sitting and just the back-to-backs and all that?
It's above my pay grade.
Joe, it seems like all your guys are built. They know you, and they know like you can't have an ego here. Like you're gonna play who needs to be played. I mean, obviously Springer took someone's minutes. It's just like, what's that attitude like? They're all cheering for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they all love the guy.
Yeah.
It just seems like the egos are kind of left at the door in those situations.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've said this before. I think one of the greatest gifts the locker room can give a coach is the freedom to do what he thinks is best to win a game. And so I think we all have an understanding of what goes into winning. We all, there's a hierarchy, there's a process, there's obviously all of that, but at the same time, every given night there's an opportunity to go to something that can give us a chance to win. And so, it's a credit to the guys for that trust and that communication, but really it's on them. Like, they trust each other. They know we're all trying to win. And so, but like you said, I like to highlight the fact that they were cheering for him, because you're right, he did take someone's minutes, but he did it because he was helping us win. And so at the end of the day, the guys in that locker room know it's about winning, and you just got to stick together in doing that. So it's a credit to them.
About 2 questions there in the room. Coach, I don't know how much you've spoken with Tyler or gotten to meet him and everything, but like, what is it about him and his personality and his teams that he's kind of able to bring the best out of his teams like this, shorthanded, able to fight till the end like that?
I mean, he's just a great coach. He's been around a long time. He's a championship head coach. He's a players coach. I've talked to him a little bit. I know Sam, gives me a lot of insight as to how he handled, teams when they were together and stuff. So, but you're right. I mean, he gets the best of his guys. He does a great job executing. They do a great job finding matchups and get to their spacing. And, he gets the best of them.
Last question, Brad.
Joe, it looked like for Jaylen's first turnover there in the last minute, it looked like you were calling for the time for a while, but didn't give it to you guys. How tough is that in those situations where, the balancing act of letting a play develop, but obviously
I don't think I was letting the play develop.
No, I mean, but in general,
it's not that tough. You call a timeout, which I was trying to do. There was no play development there. There was a timeout.
And then it seemed, but in general, in those situations, like when you're figuring out how much time you're
it's tough, right? Because even the other one in the Atlanta game where we got the 2 for 1 at 32, but Derek was on a break, and you want to call it at 36, but you feel like you might get. Well, yeah, it's a bang play. You just gotta kind of have a feel for it, and just kind of wait till the last possible second to do it to see if a play might break. But yeah, it's a tough one.
They seem to hear you in that spot.
Yeah, credit to them.
Thank you, Joe.